The 2024 Melbourne Cup is upon us. Here's everything you need to know for the race that stops the nation. Let's get straight on with talking about Via Sistina. As of 1:01 p.m. on the 29th of October, Tuesday, there's been no decision made yet on whether she'll go to the Melbourne Cup, Champion Stakes or Hong Kong. This was her absolutely enormous Cox Plate win we're taking a look at, demolishing her rivals by 8 lengths, breaking Winx's track record by about 1.8 seconds, which is absolutely phenomenal. She opened 50 to 1 in Melbourne Cup markets. She was $21 the night before the Cox Plate, and after the Cox Plate was run, she moved into the $5 favourite, taking over from the stablemate Buckaroo. Now, she has since, from Saturday, been pushed back out to $5.50. She was $4.50 yesterday, Monday. Now today she's out to $5.50 on Sportsbet with, in brackets, doubtful next to her name. I'm not sure whether Sportsbet knows something we don't, but that doesn't sound too promising if you are hoping Via Sistina goes to the Melbourne Cup like myself, because the market usually knows more than us punters do anyway, so it's not ideal, but it was a very good win. With the Sportsbet thing in mind, I don't think she's going to go to the Cup, but it hasn't been decided yet officially. And in some more breaking news this morning, Jan Bruegel, or I think that's how you pronounce it, Jan Bruegel is not running. It's out of the Melbourne Cup. Out of Werribee, reports received from an expert panel of internationally renowned equine surgeons and diagnostic imaging specialists who reviewed Jan Bruegel's CT scan results indicated that the horse is currently at a heightened risk of injury. Therefore, it is not running in the Melbourne Cup. It's big news because it was the 4th favourite behind Via Sistina, Buckaroo and One Smooth Operator on yesterday, and now it's out of the race. Ryan Moore was booked to ride this horse, so it's bad luck. It's extremely bad luck for all the connections involved. I think Aidan O'Brien trained it. Very bad luck for him. Very bad luck for Ryan Moore. Jan Bruegel will not be taking his place in the Melbourne Cup this year. With that in mind of Via Sistina and also Jan Bruegel, this is what the Melbourne Cup sort of likely field looks like. Via Sistina, very doubtful, but if she runs, she'll be carrying the Saddlecloth 1, James McDonald, and the 56 kilos. Vauban, Circle of Fire, Buckaroo, Warp Speed, Sharp and Smart, Kovalika, now has Damien Lane on. Just Fine, Land Legend, Absurd, Athabascan, Maharajan, Knight's Choice, Okita Sushi, Jamie Carr, Zardozi, One Smooth Operator, Muramasa, Valiant King, The Map, Interpretation, Fancy Man, Mostly Cloudy, Positivity, Mission of Love, Trust in You, St. George, Braden Star, Manzois, Kinesiology, and then the 5 horses that haven't passed the ballot. That's what the half-likely field is looking like. The Mooney Valley Gold Cup was run on Friday night and it was taken out by Okita Sushi from the Kieran Maher stable, winning by about a half a length on Serpentine. Keep your eye out on Braden Star, has absolutely zero luck and arguably should have won the race, but Okita Sushi I'm pretty sure it was just a 1 kilo penalty for winning this performance. Billy Egan, who rode it on this night, obviously can't make the weight. So Jamie Carr was gifted the ride on Okita Sushi. Jamie Carr will be taking the reins on this Kieran Maher galloper in the Melbourne Cup. As for Braden Star, I think the trainers Trevor Sun and Natalie Young want to push onto the Cup. Which rider they can find at that weight will be a bit of a task because all the good jockeys at that weight have already been snapped up. So it'll be interesting to see who they book. But Braden Star would definitely have to be some sort of chance after its performance in the Mooney Valley Gold Cup. The only reason Jamie Carr is running Okita Sushi is because Point King has been ruled out of the Melbourne Cup. That was reported last week, so most people would have seen that. But Point King was 3rd favourite at the time, I'm pretty sure, at about $11 of the time it got scratched. It had put in a good performance behind Just Fine in the Bart Cummings, I'm pretty sure the race was, and it looked like a really, really good horse. So, again, really bad luck to all those involved with Point King. Last Wednesday, the Geelong Cup was taken out by One Smooth Operator from New Zealand, and it has come into 3rd favourite. As of yesterday, behind Via Sistina and Buckaroo. Now it's into 2nd favourite with Via Sistina being doubtful, but this was a very classy win. It settled about midfield to on speed and just powered away from them was too good. I thought there were The Aussie Kia horses on the outside, Interpretation and Muramasa, were going better than One Smooth Operator on through the line, especially Interpretation. Muramasa, it wants to push on to the Melbourne Cup. I'm not sure about Interpretation. I think it'll run if it gets or if it gets in the field. It's One Smooth Operator, definitely will. Craig Williams rode it on this occasion. Craig Williams is going to ride it again in the Melbourne Cup. He'll be trying to emulate that performance on Bow and Declare with One Smooth Operator, and it looks like a decent chance. In other news, Zach Lloyd, he's been booked to ride Athabascan. Last week, Willie Mullins flew in to watch Vauban and Absurd work at Werribee. He was interviewed by Racing.com and said that he thought Vauban had come back a lot fitter this year than what he did last year, and you'd certainly hope so, because the performance that he put in last year was, well, very, very disappointing. The race we're taking a look at now is I can't remember what the race was called, but it was won by Kyprios, who's a very, very good horse. Absurd, Willie Mullins thinks he's better than what he was last year. He said he's grown up. He's grown up a bit, so he can take the racing a little bit better. He thought the Caulfield Cup might suit Absurd a little bit better, so he seems more confident with Vauban again this year, despite the results that eventuated out of the Melbourne Cup last year, which is pretty interesting. So Vauban and Absurd are going to tackle the Melbourne Cup with some authority. I'm pretty sure Vauban's around the $11 mark, Absurd longer odds. Well, everyone, I hope you're caught up now on the latest news for the Melbourne Cup 2024. Let's hope and pray that Chris Waller and Yu Long decide the Melbourne Cup is the right path for Via Sistina, because if she runs in that race, I think she's going to be a mighty, mighty chance. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and until next video, bye for now.